Hello and welcome back to BeamNG.drive. Today we are going to take a look at the Spring 2023 update, also known as 0.28. And one of the major changes in this update is the rework of the automation test track map. There are new materials, and old materials have been updated to PBR. There's new foliage, and however, unlike other reworks, there are no new roads because this map is it is mimicking the test track in the game automation. So we will drive around this map later on. But first, over here we have the second major change, which is the rework of the ETK 800 and K series. One of the big ones is now a sedan version of the 800 series. So this here is TT Sport Plus. Then the coupe is also the TT Sport Plus, and there is no base TT Sport config or stock config. So we have this one, just the regular TT Sport. And like all the reworks they've done, the doors open and close with sounds. We will drive these cars later. They all have trunks. I was going to open the hood on one of them. We have a look at the interior here too of these cars since that's changed. I'll have to reset these before I drive them. I'm just destroying them. Yeah, hood's open. And close. And we'll look at the interior of this one, I suppose. Which all of them have the red interior since they're the sport models, but so the interiors have been reworked. It's actually more obvious in the wagon one, since so you can see the wagon interior. I don't have any pictures of the old one, I'm afraid, so I can't like pop up a comparison right now, but it is definitely different. Yeah, let's actually talk about these cars over here. So another major thing in the update was openable doors for essentially every vehicle. The only one that doesn't have it is the T-Series, which is the semi-truck. Oh, and vehicles that don't have doors, like the pre-runner pickup off-roader and that rock crawler that came in the previous update. For the most part, all the vehicles have opening doors, and they have different sounds too, based on what they are. Like here, I'll give you an example of that. This one has a hood that needs to be opened from the inside. And I will compare that to the Grand Marshal. No, we're not. There's no room between them. We'll compare that to the truck, which has different sounds as well. There's maybe like 4 or 5 different sound sets for the door sounds that are used that I think I found. So I like the that they didn't just use the same sound for all the vehicles, but changed it up to fit the vehicle type. And the Scintilla and the Bolide have a little bit of a different setup. Of course, the Scintilla has the doors, the gullwing door, no, not gullwing doors, the butterfly doors. I'm drawing, yeah, I think that's what they're called. But anyway, so it has the latch here for the front trunk, but also a second latch back here for the engine cover. And the Bolide also has 2 latches like that. Okay. I think that's enough wandering around in the parking lot looking at doors. Let's go ahead and jump in the K-Series TT Sport and drive that around a bit. start an exterior view, I guess, since that's where we are. Let's reset the car since I probably broke it. That's not the exit to this parking lot. Yeah, this car sounds pretty good. And much like some of the other cars with sport modes, it does change how loud the exhaust is. The best way to do this is to change between modes while we're accelerating. I almost crashed it. Yeah, okay. So we'll leave it in Sport Plus mode and begin driving around the map. Actually, let's go interior view, because I want to go over a couple more interesting things. So this video is not going to be comprehensive, like going over every single thing in the changelog. Changelog will be linked below in the description for anyone interested. But I am just going over some of the things that I find noteworthy, interesting, beneficial. I don't even know if we're going the right way on the racetrack. Definitely not. That's, yeah. Oh yeah, we're definitely not. I recognize this corner. Way overcooked it. Once we get back to the start-finish line, we'll leave the racetrack, which I know is not too far away here. Around this corner, I think, which I'm overcooking again. As you might have heard there are some new and reworked crash sounds. On the interior mostly, but exterior as well. Oh, that's right, I forgot too, just generally, the interior sounds have been reworked. Not necessarily new, but just reworked. Which I've definitely noticed. The wind noise sounds a lot louder now. I actually turned it down. Oh yes, the Johnson Valley map, which I will not show now, but that map has been updated a little bit. Has added some new trails. There's several. I don't remember how many exactly, but that's in a changelog if you're interested. I haven't actually done a video on the Johnson Valley map, but off-roading in general is not really my thing. Done a few of the trails, but not all of them, so I won't even be able to tell you which trails were actually new on the map. So I won't be showing that, but that's alright. It can give you the opportunity to explore if you have the game. I'm sure somebody else too's probably created a video that tells you where all the new trails are. Alright, let's see if we can... I want to go up to that mountain pass, so we can get a good overlook of the map here, and I'm kind of stuck on this currently. So once I can figure that out, maybe we'll go back to the parking lot and change vehicles to one of the other ETKs as well. Alright, finally made it back to the parking lot, so we will choose a different vehicle. Probably the sedan. Park this here, doesn't really matter. So this is the other Sport Plus car. Go exterior view. Alright, let's see if we can figure out how to get onto that mountain road. I think we have to get to the main road and then go from there. Here, you'll hear the exterior view. The wind sound is definitely louder. I'll give you a good listen to that once we get onto this road. Which, I mean, it's loud. The wind sounds louder, but I think it's better. Frankly, I mean, outside of a car at 80 miles an hour, it's gonna be pretty loud. So, I approve. Oh yes, I almost forgot I should have showed the configurations when we were back at the parking lot. But here, why don't we just stop and do that? I'll show the configurations. I'll show the configurations for the 800 and the K series. So here's the configurations. This one is a custom one that I made, so ignore that. But all the ones with the white background are just the stock cars that come with the game. I haven't tried this one yet. I bet this one's probably probably handles decently. It looks awesome in the thumbnail, that's for sure. Alright, and then we have the K series, which has a GT4 car as well, which I've also not tried, which I bet is also a lot of fun. I even got a V8. Yeah, there's a V8 engine now for the ETK cars, which is only used, as far as I can tell, on a few options, like the Ren spec and like the race cars and modified cars and stuff. And the Ren spec is supposed to be like the Alpina BMWs. Here I can show, actually yes, I should show the interiors of, because I wasn't sure exactly what that was supposed to be until I saw the interior, and then it was pretty obvious it was an Alpina. Yeah. Blue gauges, that's an Alpina thing. Kind of the more luxury interior without sports seats, wood grain. Yeah, the Alpina BMWs are like a luxury performance. I don't know, like it's a luxury car that happens to just casually do 150 no problem. And that's kind of what this is. It handles decently though still. So I as well as drive this now since we've got it. This is the mountain road. Oh, I wanted that turn. I should show the exterior of this car. It's got the white pinstriping, but the massive wheels, which that should have been the dead giveaway of what it was supposed to be. The Alpina BMWs always have massive silver wheels like that. They're more luxury than focused. Right. Oh yeah, we should have rolled into the gas station, or fuel station, whatever you want to call it. There's a new sound when you enter those. I forgot all about that. When we get done with this road, we'll roll over there. And there's also some new scenarios, which I will do in a future video, kind of like some of my other scenario videos that I've done. And they're just across all the different maps. Not specifically limited to the automation map. Then there's the stats page, which we can take a look at when we stop. Well, I'll go into more detail about that when we open it. And the parts manager has been reworked. Oh, oops. Just that never happened. The parts manager, oh, we're in comfort. That explains why it's been. Let's go Sport Plus. I didn't even know there's a Sport Plus version. And here's the snow. So like in the past where the road was just completely covered in snow, it's more like the wind's blowing the snow onto the road is like how I could best describe it. And it's definitely still slippery. Like if I try to stop, right, it would be more obvious in the exterior view, but so that part didn't really have much snow on it. And it seems like where the snow texture is where it's actually the slipperiest. You kind of see there the car was bouncing around a little bit. Here's the parking lot. Yeah, I do like the, this is the only snowy road in the map, or in the stock maps, isn't it? I think. I'm quickly going through all the different maps. Yeah, I can't, this is, isn't it? Other than maybe the grid map might have like a snow test area or something. So yeah, this is the automation map for those who have maybe never even seen it before. It's based on the game Automation's test map. They collaborate, BeamNG and Automation collaborated years ago at this point, and it's possible to like transfer Automation car builds into BeamNG. That was really the main deal, and then the Automation map also was added to BeamNG. Alright, let's look at the stats page while we're here. I actually haven't looked at this myself yet. Where is it? There it is. Stats. So, oh, you can see how long you've been in the editor. How many automation ports you've done. I assume that's what that is. No. Not sure. Oh, this was a failed editor. I see. Okay, well, yeah, okay, so then 2 hours of free runs. This is how much. So it looks like the stats are set from the time that you've done the update, not like all the time. Yeah. You can see 612 vehicle switches. Yeah, this was because I was trying to set up something for this video that didn't work. So that also is why I was in the editor and why there's some weird track. I think this is a map. These are like, oh yeah, maps right there. So yeah, the automation test track is what we're currently on. Automation test track video was a failed attempt at something, and this I'm not sure. No idea. But anyway, and then you can see, oh, how far you've driven, how much time you've done a burnout, I guess, how much air time, how many resets, rollovers, how far you've driven each vehicle. That's kind of interesting to see a breakdown. And free roam, oh, how much time you spent on each map in free roam. Okay. It's interesting to see, but not like game changing, having a stats page in a game like this. Oh, the parts manager, I could show you what that looks like now. It's not super obvious what's changed, but it's easier to use these little plus signs now, which I'm pretty sure are new. And everything is neatly lined up, which was an issue in the past. Things would get pretty messy if you start opening many different tabs at once in the vehicle config, so good to see. Oh yes, the map. This map. And we'll head down to the fuel station, which actually I can mark. But we'll head across the dam and go down that dirt road. But that's where we'll go next. And then the map's not new. This has mostly been here. The change with this is there's an arrow of which direction you're pointing now, which is very useful when you're looking at the map trying to figure out where to go. Okay, well let's mark the gas station and head down there. But for the most part, we're going to ignore what it tells us. So I want to go across the dam. Back interior view, I suppose. So I haven't driven the wagon ETK in this video at all, and I think the gas station is going to be the last place we go. So I probably won't, but it's essentially the same ETK 800 that we've had. Just with some reworked parts, many of which we've already seen with other ETK vehicles. Okay, this dirt road, I did some, like, cause I had, if you saw on the stats there, I had like 6 rollovers. I wouldn't be surprised if like 4 of them were on this road. So then I was doing some testing before the video, I rolled over several times on this road. And I was trying to go, admittedly, way too fast, but still. We can give it a go here and see how fast we can go. Not very... Jesus. You could hear some of those new sounds. Right, so I think for the most part I've gone over all the like major changes that I want to. I know I didn't like show anything specific that was changed in the automation map, but that's mostly because there isn't any like new roads or anything. So, I mean, maybe you've noticed some new materials and stuff as we've been driving around. Since I don't use this map that often, there's nothing that I can Actually, there is a way I can show a direct comparison in the changelog. If you look at that, the BeamNG tabs actually show a direct comparison between some areas. So if you want to see just how much was changed, that's probably your best bet. But really, it's just like any other map, refresh that they've done. New materials and new techniques that they've, learned and improved on with their years of experience. And BeamNG's been out for almost 10 years now, because I bought it in 2015. That much I do remember. I can't remember how many years before that it was out, maybe 1 or 2. So I mean, it could actually be 10 years now. I'm pretty sure it's 9 or 10 years at this point, which is just, incredible that they're still updating it and aren't just using it as a DLC, cash cow like so many developers are these days. Which, to be fair, I understand why. I understand the appeal of wanting to do DLCs, because it takes a lot of time and effort to create this, stuff. So I completely understand that and don't fault them for wanting to do that. It's just when they overcharge for DLCs and don't fix bugs, that's what really bothers me. So here's the gas station. Let's go exterior view so you can... There's that bell sound now, and that's right, this, just if you've never seen it before, the fuel stations can be used now. But that came in the last update too, I'm pretty sure. So that's pretty much all I have. We'll go to the runway and do a top speed run, I suppose, before see how fast we can... Actually, let's switch to my custom config and see how fast we can get that going. As I put the wagon, there wasn't a Rentec wagon, and so I made one. That's really what that is, but it also has twin turbos, which this car does not. So let's see how fast we can get this going. Oh yeah, and I did this kind of blue and white theme. I think it fits the car decently. Alright. And yeah, I have a black interior in this one. Not a fan of tan interiors in general, so that was very, very much a personal choice. Alright, let's put this is not even the way to the runway, but it works. I'll line up here, and then make sure we're in the correct mode. So right now I think we're in comfort, so... ET Sport Plus. Oops, cars are rolling forward. It's now dual clutches, right? Okay, can't do launch. There's no like this until us, so we'll just go. Much like the stock sedan, my wagon is all-wheel drive, so that's why it was able to hook up so good. And we're gonna start braking, not gonna stop. Oh. That was significant. Car's completely dead. Well, it's destroyed too, for that matter, but... Yeah, I saw like 156. Or was that when we were slowing down? That might have been when we were slowing down. I'm actually not sure how fast we got there. Yeah, that's not bad. This thing accelerates pretty quickly though, with being all-wheel drive. A lot faster than the wagon should be, that's for sure. It's kind of like the AMG Mercedes wagons. So with that, we'll go ahead and call the video here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.